Hello, my beautiful divine beings and beloved community. It's Katarina Satori. I wanted to record a video in my new kitchen. I actually have a big kitchen now. And the video is all about how to make a ceremonial cacao. Yes, welcome darlings. I wanted to record a tutorial and I'm also gonna give you a link where you can get a ceremonial cacao. I've been working with the spirit of cacao for almost a year, and I continue to build a relationship with this plant. Hello everyone, welcome, welcome, welcome. So I just started this video. I wanted to demonstrate how easy it is to make your own ceremonial cacao. And it's not coca, it's not a hot chocolate. Ceremonial cacao comes to us from South America, right? And I go to a particular source where you can click on my link in bio where I get my cacao. I get a lot of it because, you know, I like to share it with friends. I like to host a gathering, right? And cacao is a heart medicine. So it's been revered in South America for centuries as the gifts from the gods. So it's a medicine, it's a spirit of the plant, and we bring intention to that medicine. It begins to heal something deep within us. So especially when you go through a lot of, when you're holding a lot, when you're going through a lot, when you're moving through a lot of change, or, you know, we live in the planet Earth. At any point we can have an experience of going through a lot, right? So I wanted to show you how to make this because I did not know how to make cacao right away. You know, I was like, do you just put it in the cup and water and what do you do, right? So there is a specific cacao codes. What I do, I use this brand called the Third Eye Cacao. They are located in Austin. They ship internationally. What I already have done before I went live, I boiled some water in the kettle. You want hot water. I picked my favorite mug. I got a raw organic honey to sweeten it, because if you don't put any sweetener, you're gonna have a bitter taste of cacao. And you know what? For a long time, I had a bitter cacao and it worked fine, but I really like to sweeten it. And here's the secret tool. The secret tool, you go to a store, an online store, and you want to buy a hand blender. Right? So this is what it looks like. I got it on Amazon by Bonsen Kitchen. Sounds very German. So you get this little hand blender, right? And this is really gonna support you. Otherwise you have to use like a regular blender, and it's just too much washing of the dishes. So I'm gonna make a cacao. Cacao is also a great integration medicine. You know, like for example, I just spent 3.5 hours with my mentor, with whom I received an expanding the vision. And how do I ground, how do I come back to this moment, right? So I'm able to implement what I've received. Well, I'm gonna spend some time by a tree with cacao. So there is different types. So you can receive cacao from Colombia, from Peru. This one is from Brazil. Yeah, this is from Peru. So there is many different places in South America that source cacao, and you want to make sure it is 100% organic and ethically sourced. Is hugely important because, like in any industry, you know, there are people who are motivated by greed and who abuse this plant and who basically abuse the production of this glorious plant. So you want to make sure it's non-GMO, it is organic, and it's ethically sourced. So this is the company that I trust, Third Eye Cacao. That's what I use for myself, and you can see link in my bio, it just takes you right there. So I wanted to show you. So these are little cacao, little circles, right? So I probably put like 2 tablespoons. That's a little too much. You don't want to put too much, right? 2 tablespoons of that. And then I also get a ceremonial cacao elixir powder. that is a blend. So there is a blend with lion's mane mushrooms, ashwagandha, cinnamon, cardamom, turmeric, ginger, coconut milk powder. So basically people already put it into the blend, and I like to use just like half a teaspoon or maybe 1 teaspoon. It comes like this in a blend that gives you this really creamy, delicious consistency. And then what you want to do, you want to take a half teaspoon of honey, organic, raw if you can find, right? Because if you're gonna buy inorganic honey, again, you don't know if it was ethically sourced, probably not. And if you're gonna buy a heated honey, the live enzymes of honey is killed. So we want organic and raw honey, right? So then all we're doing, loves, I'm gonna pour hot water onto the spoon of honey into my mug, right? And it just goes right there. And I'm gonna fill my mug maybe like this, not full, just like this much. So I can use my hand blender to blend my cacao and honey together. That's what's happening here. Welcome to everyone who joined. I'm demonstrating how to make ceremonial cacao. All my fellow women, these are our cacao codes, cacao goddess codes. You know, in ancient Greece, that's what we were doing. We were preparing these cacao ceremonies to help to help people open their hearts. It's such a gentle medicine. You know, but I remember the first time I worked with the cacao, I got so emotional, I began crying, because it really is, it's a heart medicine. It begin to open to you, begin to soften your internal world, right? And the medicine that will heal the world is the heart medicine. And I think the challenge that we see on the planet is, you know, we've been living through our intellect for so long, and that connecting with our hearts takes intention. It doesn't come as an automatic response to life, right? Unless we begin to remember and come back to that wisdom. So I wanted to show you so you can see. So it's a beautiful, like a foamy cup. And the next step that is very important that I wasn't doing right away, but now I know. Before you drink, you know, imagine that you can infuse your intentions into this sacred liquid, right? And whatever your intention is, maybe you make personal connection with the spirit of cacao, and you say, Spirit of Cacao, thank you for being present here. Thank you for being present on the planet at the time where your heart wisdom is so needed, right? So just a little prayer like that, a communication with the spirit that is in this plant. And then what is your intention? Do you desire more tenderness in your choices, in the way you communicate? Do you desire more softness? Do you desire more connection with your femininity? Or do you desire connection more with your masculinity, right? So do you desire activation of sacred union in your heart chamber? What do you desire? But there's something so powerful, you know, you can, oh, Christina. Christina says, hi, so nice to meet you. Yes, I am live, darling. Stay golden. I got these cups. You know, I recently moved, loves, and I have more room to display some cups, and I'm preparing for witchy gatherings. It's been my dream for so long to first open up to women, and on every full moon to have women gatherings where we do ecstatic dance and we launch our manifestations. There is power of the feminine that's been done for thousands and thousands of years, where female priestesses would gather together on a full moon, and you know, they were revered as oracles for the community, and men would hold space for women. Men would encourage those gatherings, right? And because female body is so naturally attuned to communication with nature, right? So every time we enter the moon time, the moon cycle, I am the big champion of sharing the message of the power of the moon cycle, you know. So I'm gonna enter mine this weekend. So I track when I enter my moon time. I prepare for it as the most sacred time of the month. I look forward to it. Trust me, there was a time in my life where I was quite disconnected from my body, from my femininity, from my intuition. My body was deeply inflamed. And every moon cycle, I had horrible cramps. I was in pain. And I remember I went to Chinese acupuncture doctor. And that woman said something that woke me up and put my booty onto fire to make some positive changes in my life. And she said, how the state of your moon cycle is the reflection of your health. So if your moon cycle is not balanced, if you're constantly inflamed, your body is inflamed, you're not connected with your body. So you got that's Chinese medicine. They basically right away to evaluate the state of a female body, they will ask you lots of questions about your womb space, about your cervix, about your ovaries, right? Because you know this is the power center of the female body. So, but then we take it to the metaphysical level and to the spiritual level, beloveds. I commune with Divine Mother. I look at the moon cycle as the sacred shamanic portal that we enter, you know, and I do a ritual where I imagine linking the womb of my physical body with the womb of the earth and the womb of the great cosmic mother, right? And you begin to channel that wild earth wisdom. And who is the most incredible companion? I would say cacao. I see a lot more of my sisters has joined. Cacao has been supporting me through a lot of things, you know, to keep experiencing everything that's arising inside through my heart. So I hope you will go and get yourself a blend. You can start with Peruvian ceremonial cacao chips, because when you go to the website on the Third Eye Cacao, link is in my bio. Just go to my Instagram bio, click on it, and I think it's the last option that says the best cacao in the world. So I get these ceremonial cacao chips, and then they also offer elixir powder. So start there, and they also have, you know, like different cacao starter packs. And then you want to get a little hand blender, right? And then we're gonna have a little organic raw honey. This is the 4 things you need, or you require, and that's it. You're set. You know, you're gonna journey with that for some time, and then you can expand and maybe add some cinnamon or add some spices. I know a lot of my beautiful sisters add like rose oil and lavender flavor, you know, like that's next level cacao codes. I'm still learning, but these are the simple ways how you can begin working with your cacao. Lene, you're welcome, sister. Right now, rest on the moon time. Sister, I am entering the moon time this weekend. Yeah. So I'm looking forward to it, you know, just looking forward to it. It's such a powerful process. It's kind of like a death and rebirth every moon cycle. I look at it as a 3-day that I enter this portal, and this old version dies and the new version is reborn. An opportunity to shed a previous consciousness level and to rest in the rebirth, right? We rest day 2, usually day 1, I am shedding. I'm metaphorically dying, right? I am not moving. Day 1 is usually, I don't even move. I am on my mat. I am in my healing room. Day 1, nobody can reach me. My phone is off. Nobody can reach me. Day 1, right? I am like a salamander on the floor, usually around with my crystals. Sometimes, you know, I have a beautiful music. Day 2, I'm in a different kind of space. Things are moving. I'm able to communicate very consciously the intentions of what I'm releasing. So day 2, I do a lot of naming. You know, I do different blood rituals with the moon blood, and I go to like an altar or a temple. and temple in my backyard, and I name consciously what I'm releasing, any mental patterns or emotional patterns or karmic imprints. And imagine what happens when you do this every moon cycle. And at day 3, we usually, like, that's a return, right? The strength is returning, we're not releasing as much, and a new clarity opens up. And day 3, I usually say, okay, this is who I choose to become. This next lunar cycle, this is what I choose to amplify. This is what I choose to grow. This is how I choose to show up in a new way. So I love talking about the moon time and this ancient wisdom that have been passed on through priestesses, right? Through female priestesses and female initiates, women who were protectors of the mystery teachings. They are the ones who passed on this knowledge to us through first oral tradition, right? And then written books. And the book that I always recommend is Womb Awakening, and that is my manual, my womb consciousness manual. All right, beloveds, I love you. Here's to staying golden. And I hope you enjoy the cacao moment. I'm gonna take it to the tree and communicate with the tree while drinking the cacao. And then I'm heading to meet an elder. I love studying with elders. So I was recommended this wise woman, and I decided to go and to receive the support with everything that's been happening. So I'm gonna drive to in-person guidance session with a spiritual elder. So what a blessing, what a blessing. I love you. Thank you for being here with me. And again, if you'd like to find the cacao, you just go to my link in bio. I'll see you soon, okay? See you very soon.